My dream began with me, my sister, and my mom in square one. I remember suspecting someone of being dangerous in some way or form. I had a bad gut feeling that something was going to happen, and so I was looking around to see if anyone else noticed, but they all seemed normal. And in that moment, I felt like I was isolated, like I was the only one there in a place with a ticking time bomb. What happened after was a blur, but I remember that eventually the mall was going to explode, and somehow everyone found out. So everyone was running out of the mall, and in the midst of all of this, I was separated from my sister and my mom. I reached outside before the mall exploded, and some guy that I know in real life and was attracted to at the time appeared. He helped me the rest of the way throughout all the chaos. We were holding hands and running through the streets away from the explosion. I remember feeling like it was just me and him in that moment. And somehow we ended up in a faraway coffee shop and sat down at a table. Then all of a sudden my dad came to pick me up, so I had to leave, and that's how it ended. So what does this all mean? The bomb blowing up in my dream could symbolize a number of different things. It can symbolize explosive feelings being bottled up and the need to express them. My character running away from the rest of the crowd with the person I want to be with was a way of channeling these emotions. This relationship between me as the author and my work shows the antisocial desire to escape, possibly from a certain area or situation in my life or my usual environment, which requires life-changing decisions. The ticking time and my character's feeling of isolation in that moment, even when surrounded by people, could reflect insecurity or anxiousness about that situation in my life that I can't really express. The dream allowed me as the author to let out and recognize this feeling through my character. The destruction from the bomb could also similarly symbolize a mental state at a time of emotional instability. My character's survival in the dream was possible due to the support of another person, which could be telling me that I should be looking to other people in my life for support, rather than handling these anxious, explosive feelings completely on my own. Another interpretation of the bomb is that it could be acting as a warning to identify a problem in my life that is like an accident waiting to happen. I would need to take preventative steps and make decisions consciously in order to avoid the damage that I might otherwise encounter in the future. My character could represent the id with the hidden antisocial desire to escape. My character is ruled by passions throughout the dream, with me running away with that person and almost feeling like I could accomplish being with him. But regardless, I was ultimately controlled by the ego and superego. This is a reflection of me as the author, as it reveals the repressed desire of wanting to be with someone who, for some reason, I can't be with in real life. But the dream provided me with a safe space where I could freely express these emotions. The superego comes into play with my dad's character. He can represent the conscience that stopped me from going further with the desire to be with that person. His interruption at the end was necessary as a reminder of my judgment of character that tells me that for whatever reason I shouldn't be thinking about being with this person. The gut feeling that my character experienced in the dream could represent the ego. The reality is that my character was right about something bad happening, and my gut feeling used this reasoning to tell me that I needed to escape, which shows the attempt to achieve a balance between my individual desires and ways of satisfying these desires with judgment in mind. A secondary theory that can be used to analyze the dream is feminism. This dream does not challenge societal expectations of women. It rather counters the strength and independence of women, as my character portrayed the damsel in distress archetype, where I was saved from the destruction by a guy, which made me attracted to him. I needed my hand to be held throughout, which figuratively meant that I couldn't get through it on my own. This is not necessarily a bad thing, but from a feminist lens, the fact that it was a guy who my character needed to survive shows that traditional norms of the relationship between males and females, where females are viewed as dependent on the male, thus illustrating the power dynamics to favor the male side.